She told me she couldn't sleep and she was cold. I figured, well, obviously. You are naked. So I gave her another blanket and went back downstairs. People ask Reddit. Girls, what was the most obvious hint you dropped, and the guy just didn't get it? I once was modeling clothes I planned to take on vacation for my boyfriend. After showing off a couple of outfits, I told him to close his eyes and changed into lingerie. He opened his eyes and I asked him what he thought. His jaw dropped and he said, "You can't wear that outside." I put my clothes back on. Not a girl, but I was staying a night at a hotel, and the hotel bar had just closed. I went out front for a smoke and start chatting with two women. We shoot the shit for a few minutes and then all head back into the hotel and to the elevator. We get in, they press 15, I press 9, and one of them turns to me and says, "I don't suppose there's a secret bar on the 9th floor we can go to?" My dumb response, "No, but you can grab a cab and be at a bar in 10 minutes, then the doors open and I leave." He invited me to his house to watch a movie after a few dates. He ended up playing League of Legends for hours while I was laying in his bed and asked him many times if he would like to join. Sorry, just one more match. We dated for 2 years. We matched on Bumble, dating app that the girl has to talk first, and I started a conversation with him. He thought I just matched him because we were friends. I know it's a dating app. We didn't start dating until almost a year after that. We are married now. Reply: you'd be surprised at the number of women who have profiles on Tinder and the like for finding friends only. If you're looking for a girlfriend or sex, go away. Also, I've matched with friends before and she'd always be like, "Lol, I didn't realize that you were on Tinder." And when I start flirting, they'd be like, "Oh no, I'm not interested in you like that." As a guy, to any girls reading this, you have no idea how easy it is to miss hints. Please be more obvious. We are also really bad at being scared of taking signals wrong. Out camping and my accommodation was a fair walk away. Girl was like, "It's fine, you can just stay in my tent." Me, "Oh, great, do you have a spare sleeping bag then?" She'd literally been cuddled up between my legs at the campfire all evening and I still didn't get it. I went out of my way to come in early and talk to this guy every day for like a month before someone else told him I was into him. I also repeatedly told him I liked him. He thought I was just being nice. Reply: when a girl admits to liking you, a guy faces a dilemma. 1, you could be joking and pulling his leg. 2, you just sympathize for him, or you like him as a friend and that's it. A girl came to my house once and spent the night. Around the time for bed, she told me she doesn't sleep with a top on or panties. I told her that's okay, I'll sleep on the couch so she can be comfy. She called me from downstairs later that night and told me she couldn't sleep and she was cold. I figured, well, obviously. You are naked. So I gave her another blanket and went back downstairs. A guy I'm currently seeing invited me camping earlier this month. We were cuddling and I noted how nice the showers are in the bathroom at the provincial park. I said they're really warm and lots of space for 2 people. Trying to hint for him to join me for sexy time. This man, without missing a beat, says, "Actually, you could fit like 10 people in those showers." We laughed about it really hard the next weekend and he said, "I knew what you were getting at, but my brain just wanted to answer it logically." I used to be oblivious, probably still am. There was a girl at a local grocery store who was flirting with me, but of course, I didn't get it. After quite a bit of this, I leave town for a few months and we're corresponding via email. I can't remember why, but I was asking her a string of silly questions, like, why is the sky blue? Chicken or the egg first? Where do babies come from? Etc. She answered them all, saving where do babies come from for last, and answered it with, "When you get back I'm going to show you." I got that one. My buddy in college was stressing over when to make the move to kiss a girl he liked. While we encouraged him to not wait for the perfect moment and just go for it, he admitted he should have tried to kiss her when they were in the shower. Reply: this sounds like the plot to a harem anime. If you want to support our new channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. We would also love to read some feedback in the comments. Thank you very much. I had a girl go out with me after work once for dinner, have some drinks, go back to my house, get too drunk to drive home, so I put her to bed in the spare room and never even attempted to kiss her. She left in the morning early and hated me after that. It was after work, so she followed me back to my house in her own car. That was the obvious hint I missed, is what I assume now. Friend was complaining he was hot because of his long sleeve shirt. I said, "Oh, I'm sure you'd be just as hot without the shirt." He was so unaware, but I finally just kissed him. My fiancée thinks leaving my bedroom door open when she spent the night, when we were just friends, and she lived out of town, and there was absolutely no reason for me to think anything romantic was going on, was obvious. I got up and closed the door because the AC was on and was low-key miffed. Edit, we were friends for a long time before we got together, and she had a meeting early in the morning, so I gave her my bed and slept on the couch. She left the door open thinking I would take the hint. Reply, I'm a woman and have never done this, nor would I get the hint if someone did this to me. All these open/cracked door scenarios are crazy. We were playing Don't Drink and Drive on Mario Kart. Just the two of us. I was trashing him, so Elle gave him a chance by lying sideways across his lap for the entire race. He didn't take the hint. We started dating 2 weeks after that. Reply, he was concentrating hard to not get an erection. He forgot about you for a while. I'm a guy, but one time I was hanging with a longtime friend of mine who I used to have a crush on, and who knew that I had a crush on her and had rejected me numerous times over 7 to 8 years in her dorm. We decided that we were both tired, but her other bed was occupied by our other friend, so I was gonna lay down on the floor. She was like, "There's room in my bed for you anytime." So I hop in bed with her thinking nothing of it. The next few minutes were kind of a blur, but eventually we were literally hugging with her leg wrapped around me, and she looked me in the eyes, bit her lip and said that she was horny. I never made a move beyond that, since she had spent the past almost decade of my life rejecting my advances. Reply, that wasn't a hint, that was plain I want to have sex with you. But it was smart of you not to go any further with that. It would have only exacerbated your feelings and confused you even more, although I'm sure that alone confused you. It's completely fine if she doesn't want to be with you, but she shouldn't have tried to take advantage of you in that moment. When I was like 15 to 16, this girl from school I had a huge crush on kept inviting me to her house when she was alone, wearing the smallest tops and asking for back massages. I never got the hint. Years later, when I started going out with my now fiancé, that girl's sister tells my GF, "Hey, my sister had such a crush on him back in school." I was not a bright teenager. I freaking made out with him, but apparently because I didn't sleep with him on the first date, he thought I wasn't interested. I'm a guy, but I have a story. A couple of years ago, a cute girl at the cash register in a local supermarket, where I was a regular customer every night, said to me in a clearly flirty way, with a big smile, "Oh, I, though you're not coming today, I'm so happy to see you." Her face was shining when she said this, but the dumbass I didn't realize this, and my response was, "But why?" As I said this, her face went red and I could hear the glass shatter sound echoing in her. I have other stories too, because usually I get the hints 5 years after they happened. Guy here, and been told this by colleagues. Had a date with a girl I kissed at a festival. I got her number after that first kiss and asked if she'd be down to meet in less drunk circumstances. She was. We met, we talked, and I walked her home. She asked me if she could hug me and if I wanted to sleep over. I told her I had a 40 minutes drive back home. Now I saw this as an act of politeness. My female coworkers claimed it was definitely more. I still don't know though. I once invited a coworker crush over at 9 p.m. on a Sunday night. When he asked how he should get to my place, I told him to take an Uber and that he should bring clothes for work the next morning. Somehow he arrived at my apartment thinking I had invited him over to help me pick out an outfit for a first date I was going on later that week. He finally realized what was actually happening a couple minutes after he showed up, when I told him I didn't want any of our friends to know about this yet. And it was terrifying and awesome, and it worked out. I was once dating a guy who was super bad at knowing when a girl was into him. I could tell he was into me but wasn't getting my subtle hints, so I flat out told him I want to duck you. He replied with "thank you." I clarified with "right now," which didn't result in him making a move for several more weeks. I asked him out for Valentines. He told me to duck off. We were really close friends, so I didn't take it to bad. 1 year later, we're hanging out watching a movie and he keeps getting closer. I didn't get the hint and kept scooting down to the other side of the couch. not wanting to make it weird between us. A few days later, I asked why he kept getting close to me. He said that he was interested in me. I asked if that meant we were together now. He told me, do you want to? So we got together. I later asked why he told me to duck off. He thought I was messing with him. We're now engaged. Thank you for listening to another B-Town Reddit Stories episode. Hit the subscribe button and check out our channel for more stories. Let us know your opinion about this topic in the comments.